Greetings, Quay from Great Future Consultancy. Just want to make sure that you know that I have other videos that are up on the YouTube channel for Great Future Consultancy. Check out some of the other pieces of content that I spoke of that I think are very beneficial for any artists that are emerging or in the mid-tier, even legacy artists. You know, I talk about different subjects. And this week is no different. So what I wanted to speak on this week is about, so I've been having conversations with different clients and different artists, and you know, the question always comes up that I have no data. Well, what do you mean by data? I have no data. And so what that means is by having data, well, let's kind of dig into that a little bit. So if you have Google Analytics, if you have Instagram or Facebook Insights, all those things are analytics that tell a little story, little metrics and insights that tell a story for you to help you make better decisions in how you create what you create, whether that's content, whether that's lyrics, whether that's production. Any way you look at it, those things can be of good advantage. So there's a client I have currently right now where I'm looking at their Facebook followers and their Instagram followers, and I start to see that their segmentation is very heavily skewed women, and their demographic is between 35 and 54. So when I look at those numbers, I say, okay, so you need to create content that keeps that age range and those women and men in focus when you're thinking about creating content, because that's how you engage with who's watching your content, who's engaging with your listening, is by understanding who those people are. So I talk about this a lot, about understanding your fans. And so this is a way for my client to understand who their fans are by looking at their Facebook followers and their Instagram followers. And then they start to, what I do is make some recommendations on how do you capture the engagement of those fans. And speaking of engagement, there's also other Instagram analytics that you can look at too. Like one that I like to focus on is awareness. You know, like, do people know your brand? Do people know who you are? You know, that's looking at reach, impression metrics. When you start to look at those numbers, you start to see, oh, okay, people don't know who I am. People don't know my brand. So I'm going to produce content that starts to work in that vein. Or my engagement metrics, which are, you know, likes, reaction, replies, comments, shares, all those things like that are kind of under the engagement metrics. So, you know, you may be able to put content out there, but nobody really likes your content. Nobody's, you know, doing anything to let you know that that is working or that's engaging or they're liking. So then that's when, you know, you start to kind of think about, okay, how can I put out content? You know, like, I want to get bang for my buck. I want to make sure that I'm not doing this just for the heck of it. I want to do this and get some return on what I'm doing. And so that's when you start to see the engagement and the awareness or understanding who your followers are start to come in. So when artists say, oh, I don't have data. Yes, you do have data. Maybe you're just not looking in the right places for it, or maybe you don't understand it. And so that's where, hello, I hold my hand up to say, here, let me help you interpret this. Let me analyze this and give you some ideas and some details and some ways that you can truly give some return on the pieces of content that you're working on. All through understanding who your fans are and who you're who's listening to you at the time. So when people say that I don't have data, I would have to say, maybe you're just not looking in the right place. I know you have data. Let's go after it. If you don't know how to interpret it or look at it, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to help out with. And that's what I do here at Great Future Consultancy. I make sure that you understand your data and then make some real strategic and actionable steps next based off the data. So when you're looking to do something like put out some music, or you're doing a show or an event and you want to know, how do I get this information out to my people? it's the data that will let you know. Okay? Thank you for taking the time to check out some of my content. Remember, I have multiple videos up that you can check out for yourself. All you have to do is subscribe, and you'll get some information and notification when I have new content up. Thank you for watching. Quay, Great Future Consultancy.